Hey guys, what's up? I'm back with another video, and for today's lesson, we will talk about the circular functions. So this lesson is under trigonometry and tinitake up to ng mga students in grade 11 taking STEM strand. So simulan na natin. So before we proceed, I'm Sir Kiko and I make educational content. If you want to support my channel, please consider subscribing and hit that bell button so you get notified on my every upload. Don't forget also to like, comment, and share this video. So when we talk about circular functions, nakikita natin siya sa unit circle. And meron na tayong idea before about the term SOH, which is abbreviation for sine, cosine, and tangent. Now, i-explain ko muna yon so that yung lesson natin ngayon in finding the 6 circular functions ay mas madali na nating maiintindihan. Ayun, so commercial muna tayo. Yung pagbabasa ng secant, secant, or cosecant, cosecant, depende na yun sa inyo kung anong mas comfortable kayo or kung sa tingin nyo ay dun kayo nasanay. Nasanay kasi ako na secant, pero some videos or teachers na naririnig ko, secant yung tawag nila. So anyways, parehas lang naman sila ng ibig sabihin. Okay, so I have here the circular functions. And makikita nyo rin dyan, meron dyang circle. We also have the theta or the angle, central angle formed here. Meron din tayo dyan ng mga segments, like this is the radius. Merong horizontal and vertical lines na nakaform ng right angle. So, let's talk about SOH. Sabi ko kanina, SOH is just an abbreviation para mas madali nating matandaan kung paano kunin si sine, si cosine, at saka si tangent. Pero punta muna tayo dito sa circle. If this is your theta, of course, the longest side of the triangle formed here is the hypotenuse. Ito namang nakatayong line na to, the vertical line here, this is your opposite side. Bakit siya naging opposite? Because ito yung angle mo, nandun siya sa kabilang side, kaya siya tinawag na opposite side. Now, for adjacent side, of course, ito na lang naman yung natitira, kaya siya naman naging adjacent side because katabi siya mismo ng angle natin. Kasi ang ibig sabihin ng adjacent is katabi, di ba? Parang ganon. Now, we can also denote this into different form. Bakit? Paanong different form? Since we're working on a unit circle, yung hypotenuse natin from the center to a point on the circle, pwede natin siyang makonsider as our radius. Diba? So, radius is equal to h. And then yung adjacent side naman natin, remember this is a terminal point. Ibig sabihin, meron ka ditong specific value ng x and y na para sa point na to. So, ang value nitong A na to is the X value kung ano man yung nandito sa terminal point. So, A or yung horizontal line natin dito, we can consider this as the value of X. And then, yung opposite side mo naman, since vertical siya, this will be your value for Y. Okay? So, yung R natin is the hypotenuse, opposite is the value of Y, adjacent is the value of X. Now, let's have sine theta. Itong nauna, yung SOH. So, that is sine theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So, yung opposite nga natin, sabi ko kanina, pwede siyang maging y over hypotenuse is our r. Ngayon, pwede pa natin itong masimplify because radius is equal to 1 sa unit circle. So, this is y over 1. So, this is equal to y. So, sine theta is equal to y. Yun na yung value niya. Next, cosine theta naman tayo, since that is adjacent over hypotenuse. Ang adjacent side natin is the value of x over hypotenuse is r. And then x is equal over 1, kasi nga radius is 1, and that is equal to x. So, cosine theta is equal to x. Now, for tangent theta, that is opposite over adjacent. Ang opposite side natin again is the y value. Ang adjacent side is the x value. So, yan na yung value niya. Tangent theta is equal to y over x. So, itong tatlong to, ang tawag natin sa kanila is the basic circular functions. And meron pa tayong tatlo pa. Ang tawag naman natin din sa tatlo na yon is the reciprocal functions. So, usog natin to para magkaroon tayo space. Ayan. Meron pa tayong reciprocal functions. Ano naman tong mga to? From the word reciprocal, babalik rin lang natin yung value ni sine theta. So, ang reciprocal ni sine theta is cosecant theta. That is equal to, since the value of y, sine here is y, ang reciprocal niyan is 1 over y. And then, let's have secant theta. For secant theta, that is the reciprocal of cosine theta. So, if this is x, the reciprocal is 1 over x. And then, for tangent theta, y over x, we have cotangent theta for reciprocal function. And then, ang kabaligtaran is x over y. So, nakuha na natin yung 6 circular functions. We have the sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, and cotangent theta. So, there you go. Those are the 6 circular functions. And this is not our topic yet kasi i-discuss ko pa sa inyo how to find the 6 circular functions. In-introduce pa lang natin dito. Okay? So, let's start with the real problem. Okay, let's start with the first example. Let P, or the point square root of 3 over 2 and 1/2, be the terminal point of an arc length S on the unit circle. Find the values of the 6 circular functions. Una, aralin muna natin what we mean by terminal point. Okay? Remember sa unit circle natin, this is the X and Y axis. Pagka ang angle na na-form natin, ang terminal side ay nandito, which is, let's say, this is 45 degrees. So, yung terminal point na tinatawag natin is the coordinates kung saan huminto or nag-meet yung terminal point, yung terminal side natin ng angle. Kasi this is the terminal side, ito yung point natin na huminto tayo sa circle. So, that means meron dyan specific value ng x and y. So, yun yung binigay sa atin sa given. Yung square root of 3 over 2 and 1/2. Yun yung terminal point na tinatawag natin. Now, to get the values of the 6 circular functions, kunin muna natin si value ni x and y natin dun sa given. Ang value ng x na binigay sa atin is square root of 3 over 2 and the value of y is 1/2. So, what we can do here is to get sine theta, which is sabi natin that is the value of y. So, simply copy 1/2. For cosine theta, that is the value of x. Sabi kanina, yung nakuha natin kanina, di ba? That is square root of 3 over 2. So, meron ka ng dalawa. For tangent theta naman, kukunin lang natin si 1/2 over square root of 3 over 2. Kasi sabi natin, tangent theta is y over x. So, we can rewrite this as 1/2 multiplied by, ito, reciprocal nitong fraction na to. So, that is 2 over square root of 3. That is equal to, cancel natin si 2, 1 over square root of 3. Pero we cannot have square root of, or a radical expression sa ilalim. So, we do rationalization, square root of 3 over square root of 3. That is square root of 3 over 3. So, nakuha na natin yung tatlo. We have sine theta, we have cosine theta, we also have tangent theta. Now, for reciprocal functions, mas madali na lang itong makuha. Because cosecant theta is the reciprocal of 1/2, which is 2. Secant theta is the reciprocal of 2 square root of 3. So, that is, square root of 3 over 2 pala, I mean. So, secant theta is 2 over square root of 3. And then, rationalization, square root of 3 over square root of 3. This is equal to 2 times square root of 3 is 2 square root of 3 over 3. And then for tangent, cotangent, for cotangent theta, that is equal to, check natin, 3 over square root of 3. We multiply this by square root of 3 over square root of 3. So that is equal to 3 square root of 3 over 3. We can simplify by cancelling 3. So, cotangent theta is equal to square root of 3. So, nakuha na natin yung reciprocal functions. We have 2 square root of 3 over 3 and square root of 3. So, there you have it. That is how you find the 6 circular functions if the given is terminal point. So, isa na yon. Isang type ng problem, ibibigay sa inyo yung terminal point. Meron pang ibang type ng problem, katulad nito. Okay, so for next example, determine the 6 circular functions of the angle theta generated by an arc whose length is pi over 3. Ngayon, hindi na sa atin binigay yung terminal point, hindi na sa atin binigay yung x and y value. Pero kailangan natin siya to be able to solve this problem. Ngayon, yung previous lesson natin, which is ililink ko na lang din below para maaaral nyo kung hindi nyo pa yun na panood, is converting radian measure because pi over 3 is in radians. Ngayon, i-convert natin siya sa angle para malaman natin kung nasan yung terminal point nila. Okay, so convert muna natin. Pi over 3, sabi natin we multiply it by 180 degrees over pi. So that is equal to, na-cancel si pi, 180 divided by 3 is 60 degrees. So ngayon, sa 60 degrees natin, dapat mahanap natin yung terminal point natin, yung value natin ng x and y. Paano? Sa unit circle natin, okay, ito yung x and y axis. Kada 45 degrees, 45, 45, 45, nasa pagitan nilang lahat ng x axis and y axis natin. Lahat to merong square root of 2 over 2 and square root of 2 over 2. Nagbabago-bago lang tayo sa sign because sa first quadrant, both are positive. Sa second quadrant naman, ganun din, square root of 2 over 2 and square root of 2 over 2. Pero this time, meron tayong minus, ang symbol natin dito is x is negative, y is positive. So, negative square root of 2 over 2 yung value ni x. Ganon din dito, pero sa side na to, sa third quadrant, meron tayong parehas na negative sign. And then, dun sa fourth quadrant, meron naman tayong symbol na positive x and negative y. Okay, so ngayon, hanapin natin nasan si 60 degrees. Si 60 degrees ay nasa taas konti ni 45 degrees and this is the terminal point. Malalaman natin dyan kung nasan kung ano ang kanyang terminal point, kung nasan siya mas malapit. Kapag mas malapit tayo sa value natin ng y, kasi ito na yung y natin, y-axis natin, sa y-axis natin, ang value natin dito sa 60 degrees is 1/2 and square root of 3 over 2. So, yun yung terminal point natin. Paano naman kapag nandito siya sa 30 degrees? Pag mas malapit siya sa x-axis, ang value niya na ngayon is square root of 3 over 2 and 1/2. Pinagbaligtad lang. And again, nagdedepende na lang yung sign natin kung nasang quadrant sila naglalay. Since ang 60 degrees ay naglay sa first quadrant, both x and y are positive. So, kunin natin yung terminal point natin. The value is 1/2 and square root of 3 over 2. Gaya sa first problem natin, ito yung gagamitin natin ngayon to find the 6 circular functions. Pwede na natin kunin si sin theta, which is equal to y value, that is square root of 3 over 2. Cosine theta is the value of x, that is 1/2. Tangent theta is y over x, so that is equal to square root of 3 over 2 multiplied by 2 over 1. Okay? Parang sinimplify na natin to. This is equal to, cancel this out, the answer is square root of 3. So, nakuha na agad natin. Di ba? Mabilis lang naman. We have the sin theta, we have 1/2, and then we have square root of 3. Now, for the reciprocal functions, cosecant theta is equal to, that is 2 over square root of 3. We multiply by square root of 3 over square root of 3 by rationalization. Okay? So, that is 2 square root of 3 over 3. Next is secant theta. Reciprocal of 1/2 is 2. So, we have 2. And then tangent theta, reciprocal of square root of 3 is 1 over square root of 3. We multiply both by square root of 3 over square root of 3. So, the value of square root of 3 over 3. The value of cotangent, that is cotangent theta. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, we have the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th circular function. So, ayan lang, guys. Diba, napakadali lang. As long as you have the terminal point, mas madali na siyang makukuha. Kasi ang kailangan nyo lang gawin, kapag may terminal point kayo, automatically you have the sine and cosine. That is x and y. Diba? And then, tangent, ganun na lang. Kukunin nyo lang si sine over cosine, y over x. Kung ano man yun, madali na lang siyang isolve. And then, that if you have 3 basic circular functions, makukuha nyo na agad yung reciprocal. Kasi babaliktarin nyo lang naman yung fraction. Okay? So, the last example that I will give you for this video is this. Find the values of the other circular functions if secant theta is equal to negative 5 over 3 and theta is in the third quadrant. Ngayon, isa-isahin natin yung given. Binigyan tayo ng secant theta and sinabi sa atin na yung secant daw na yan is in the third quadrant. Or yung theta natin is in the third quadrant. Okay, let's see kung paano natin ito masasolve. Unang-una sa lahat, we have the secant theta. So, ibig sabihin, from secant theta, makukuha na natin yung value natin for cosine theta because reciprocal siya ng secant. So, ilista na natin dito, sin theta is equal to, we have the cosine theta, we have tangent theta. We also have cosecant, secant, and cotangent. Ang binigay sa atin ni secant, that is negative 5 over 3. So, pag kinuha natin si reciprocal niya sa cosine, that is negative 3 over 5. So, meron ka na kaagad dalawa. Okay, ngayon, paano natin makukuha yung ibang values? We will make use of the standard form of the unit circle, which is x squared plus y squared is equal to 1. Okay, this is the standard form of the unit circle. And then we can make use of this. Isa-substitute lang natin yung known values natin. So, x squared, di ba sabi natin the value of x is the cosine. So, pwede natin sabihin that this is cosine squared theta plus y squared equals 1. Nakita natin dito, nandun pa rin yung squared. Sorry, hindi na pala siya y. Gagawin na natin siyang the value of y is sin theta, di ba? So, sin squared theta equals 1. So, ganyan na yung ating bagong standard form. Okay, so sa part na to, pwede na nating i-consider si cosine squared theta as negative 3 over 5 squared plus sin squared theta equals 1. So, ito, simplify this. This is 9 over 25 plus sin squared theta equals 1. We transfer it to the other side. So, sin squared theta is equal to 1 minus 9 over 25. So, sin squared theta is equal to, pag pinag-subtract natin to, that is 16 over 25. Okay, so, sin squared theta, remember, naka-squared pa tayo sa sin. So, square root na muna natin yung 16 over 25. This is equal to positive and negative 4 over 25. 4 over 5, sorry. Okay, 4 over 5. Ngayon, meron tayong dalawa. We have positive 4 over 5 and we have negative 4 over 5. Paano natin malalaman kung anong ginagamit? Dito sa given. Kaya nga tayo sinabihan ng third quadrant daw because we know that the x and y value in the third quadrant is both negative. Negative si x, negative din si y sa third quadrant. Okay? So ngayon, we know that negative dapat yung gagamitin natin for the value of sine. So this is negative 4 over 5. Ayan. Now for cosecant theta, reciprocal lang siya ng sine, so that is negative 5 over 4. Now for tangent, kunin lang natin parehas. We have negative 4 over 5 multiplied by negative 5 over 3. Okay, in-over lang natin to, di ba? So that is positive 20 over 15. So we can also write that as 4 over 3. So yun dito, 4 over 3. And for cotangent, reciprocal lang din. We have 5 over 4 multiplied or negative, sorry. So multiplied by 3 over 5, cancel out na natin to. That is negative 3 over 4. So negative 3 over 4 for cotangent theta. Ayan, sorry, positive na pala siya. Kasi parehas negative, negative, so positive na siya. Okay, so now we found the 6 values. We have negative 4 over 5. Ito. We have for the tangent, cosecant, secant, and cotangent. Ayan, nagpatugtog na yung nasa labas, di ba? So that is all for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on my next video. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. Natulungan ko naman siguro kayo. And ayun. So I want to shout out my students. Yung grade 11 students ko, shout out. Subscribe.